Hi, I'm Morag Gamble from Our Permaculture Life, and today I wanted to talk to you about one of my favourite permaculture pioneer plants, which is the pigeon pea. Pigeon pea has actually been grown in India for over 3,500 years, and in that part of the world it's actually one of the most important pulses. It's also popular in places like Africa and Latin America too. Often in our gardens here, pigeon pea is predominantly used as a pioneer plant, meaning that it's one of the plants that you can put in when you're just starting out your system, when you need to build up your soil, you need to build up your organic matter, you need to provide a bit of protection from the sun, from the wind, and create little microclimates, because it grows up really quickly, provides a lot of biomass, which you can turn into the soil. You can hedge it so it creates these wind barriers or sun protection for the more delicate plants. So it has so many different uses in the garden, and it's just a fabulous food plant too. Many people talk about eating the young peas, which apparently have 5 times the vitamin A and vitamin C that normal green peas do. One of my favourite ways of using it, and similarly the way that it's used in India, is harvesting the dry peas. So I allow them to dry on the pigeon pea, and inside there's dry peas, which I'm just trying to open these here. Dry peas which you can use like a dal and cook up fabulous meals of all different sorts. Now the thing about these particular peas is that they're incredibly high in protein, at least 25% protein. They're really high in fibre, and they're low in fat. So they're a valuable food source in anyone's garden. And so as a permaculture plant, it has so many uses. Another use that I haven't mentioned so far too is the fact that it's fabulous fodder. It's really great for cows, for pigs, for chickens, and possibly the name being pigeon pea, other birds like it too. And I do know that the king parrots will come in and start to feast on it if we don't start to harvest this soon. So it's winter in the garden now, and it's time to actually come out here and harvest a lot of the pigeon peas. If you want to plant pigeon pea to get it going, it likes being quite warm when things get started. It's a good idea to soak these peas first overnight to soften them up and to activate them. And then as long as the soil is about, say, 25 degrees, you'll be able to really get good pigeon pea crop apping. So it's something for the warmer season to get going. Now, pigeon pea is something that you can regularly chop and drop, and it's one of the reasons why I love it. It's so easy to actually snap off these little branches from the tree and then just strip the leaves off. And so then you can easily take this material and add it to a compost, add it to a no-dig garden, or just leave it scattered around underneath fruit trees. So pigeon pea is just so functional and so useful, and it's very hardy. It's a little bit frost tolerant, but it won't handle a heavy frost. So in cool climates, you'd need to treat it as an annual plant and probably get one of the varieties that grows really quickly and will seed really quickly. But in most of the warmer parts of the world, it's a perennial plant that will grow up to about 3.5 metres high and will last for about 5 years. And I like to keep it hedged low so that I can access the seeds more easily. So you can even squeeze it in between rows of fruit trees as an alley cropping idea. You can plant a hedge around the edge of your garden if you're just getting started. So when I was first getting this garden started, we had lots and lots of pigeon pea. Now, because it's more established and the trees are a little bit more robust, we're starting to retreat them back to the edges where this one is. But they still provide really important habitat. So a lot of the little insectivorous birds will come and land in and amongst trees like this to get protected from the bigger birds which predate on them. And it's those insectivorous birds which are so valuable in your edible garden, particularly if you're not wanting to use any chemicals, because the little insect birds go around and pluck off all the insects from your garden, and these sorts of plants provide habitat for those. Another thing too is their flowers, which are pea-like flowers. I'll just find some for you here. So it's of the pea family, and you can see this flower here, and they also really attract a lot of bees into the garden too. So like I said, pigeon pea has so many uses, and I really highly value it as one of my key permaculture plants, particularly in the establishment phase, that and comfrey, which I talked about last time. So thanks for watching. It's Morag Gamble from Our Permaculture Life.